All right, Julie, thank you so very much. Delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton wants members of Congress to solve their divisions on items ranging from emergency unemployment insurance to the placement of streetcar lines in the district. And she joins us now from Capitol Hill with the outlook for actions on these and other measures, hopefully before summer's end. Good morning, delegates. So much to talk about this morning. Let's start with the streetcars, though, in D.C. We've all seen the work that's been going on for a while now. But, you know, lately we heard about this losing out on a lot of federal money for this project. How does this all fit together now? Does it delay the project? Does it put an end to the project? What's going to happen now?
Well, this money has nothing to do with where we are today. There's another slice of money coming up, and we had a very productive meeting in my office. I asked district officials to come to my office last Thursday so that we could see if we could reconcile federal and local law. Federal law is involved here, so it's not your normal home rule issue, but it doesn't involve the whole city, and only a very thin slice of the part of the city where the federal presence is implicated is involved. We got very far. I believe we do have something close to a solution now. I want to thank Councilmember Tommy Wells, who was very instrumental in these discussions. We believe we can reconcile this. We can reconcile local and federal law. There's a reason, and we are a tourist, after all, we're a tourist city. There's a reason not to want a lot of overhead wires. I do a lot of work on climate change. I drove here in a hybrid this morning. So there's also a reason to want climate comfort streetcars. And I think we are finding that solution very quickly. The money that was involved, we were not in for essentially this time. I predict we'll get a grant, a federal grant next time.
Well, and that would be good news for that project. Let's talk about something else that you're trying to get done. You've been a champion of these unemployment extensions. You were able to help get this through the House, but we hit a roadblock in the Senate. And this is something that could affect a lot of people, not just here in D.C., but obviously hundreds of thousands of people all over the country. What's going to happen here? Can we get this done?
We can. 5,200 people in the District of Columbia implicated. Shamefully, the Senate went home for a holiday weekend after the House passed again unemployment insurance. There are 5 people for every 1 job available. Unemployment insurance fuels the economy. The CBO says it is highly rated as a stimulus, and I tell you one thing, it's highly rated for millions of people who are out of unemployment insurance now. In fact, long-term uninsurance ran out June 4th. So the first thing we've got to do when we get back here, or at least the Senate has to do, is to relieve this unemployment insurance crisis they made by leaving town without doing what the House has done more than once.
Speaking of insurance, talk a little bit about your catastrophic insurance reserve bill, which is important should there ever be an emergency, but it also could provide some help for folks here in D.C. in the way of jobs. How does that work?
Oh, this is one of those situations where I think I found a way to bring together my federal jurisdiction with an important local need of the District of Columbia. I chair the subcommittee that has jurisdiction over catastrophes and disasters of every kind. In order to avoid federal taxes, insurance reserves, catastrophic reserves, are usually kept offshore in places like the Cayman Islands. My bill would make the District of Columbia a special federal tax jurisdiction so that insurance reserves would come to the district. That would create jobs here of all kinds because you need support personnel. The district could impose a small excise tax on these funds, just as they do in the Cayman Islands and in all those foreign jurisdictions where this money is now kept. Now, we don't have any control over that money, and these are small island jurisdictions. If there was a catastrophe, we believe this money is safe, but we know it would be safe. It was right here in the nation's capital. I believe I have support for this bill from insurance commissioners around the country, and I'm certainly going to press it hard.
All right, and Delegate, quickly, we can't let you go without talking about your shout-out on So You Think You Can Dance. I know that you put a push out there for Congress to recognize a National Dance Day, and you got some national attention for it. Are we going to see you dancing on National Dance Day here in D.C.?
Absolutely. Not only So You Think You Can Dance, I think I can dance. And I'm going to introduce a resolution for National Dance Day, and the popular host of the show Nigel Lithgow is coming here to receive my resolution on July 31st. We're going to have a mob flash dance right here in the nation's capital, and I'm doing this not just for fun. It's a lot of fun, but I'm doing it to promote physical fitness, dance education, to get us off of our you-know-whats, so that I am reinforcing the First Lady's anti-obesity and physical exercise signature issue.
And we are looking forward to it, looking forward to seeing you down there. Delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton, always a pleasure. Have yourself a great Monday.
You too.
All right, we appreciate that. Now, coming up...